This is more Penny Lane here. 31, the tournament, or new tournament. It's time to bring Pacman tournaments back into my life. I got second place last time, and that was okay, but I can do better. I just know it. Last time, when I was younger, so much younger than today, I was nervous, and I wasn't confident. So I tell Lucy in the Sky at the Green Rocks Retro Arcade all about the Pacman tournament at the arcade. Of course, knowing nothing herself, but knowing I can handle it, she agrees that a Pacman tournament is a good idea. I'm a little worried because I am getting rich from all of this arcade work. Lucy doesn't need the money, so she gives me arcade quarters as well as my pay as an assistant. If I could have gotten rich back when our family needed money, then we wouldn't have had to move. Well, maybe we would have anyway. Lucy tells me to invest it because I may need it when I'm a poor strawberry farmer. I have to laugh at this, but I take her word for it. I think about the fact that love is all you need. Then I think that she's right about needing money. Am I supposed to listen to the Beatles or Lucy in the Sky? Well, Lucy in the Sky couldn't live up to her name if it weren't for the Beatles. Life is so confusing. Our tournament is scheduled for April 22nd, but it's a first time thing, so only 4 kids got accepted. Which increases my chances of winning. Cody, Emily, Jenny Green, who is in 9th grade, and I will be in the tournament. Jenny goes to Upper Hills High School, which is between Green Rocks and Sunville, where I will be going next year. They're all great at Pacman. This will be very close, and I know I can win and show everyone who Penny Lane really is. So I got another probability chart here, 1 of 4. Everybody has 1 of 4 chance. 32. What happens next? It is time for the tournament, and my machine is ready. There are only 2 Pacman machines so far, so Cody and Jenny have already played. Cody lost, but he didn't mind. Now I have to play Emily, who is my friend, but she isn't my friend the same way Abby Rhodes is. I'm sorry you will lose, I told my friend. Who knows, said Emily. It is close, but I managed to scrape by with 1,000 more points than Emily. Told you, I say. Now I have to play Jenny Green. She is the best player here, but that's not a problem. My machine has a record of 33,480. I put my hand on the joystick. The game is wonderful, one of my best. To get points, I take risks which pay off. I finished on stage 9 with a final score of 35,010. Keep in mind, those were like my those were like close to like my actual score. Like I had like 40,000 points or something in Pacman. I still do. I have broken the machine's record and won the tournament. Hello everyone. This is Penny Lane. This is me. Joystick. I just picture a joystick. 33. New school play. There had been some major drawbacks in the fall, and we had not done a school play. A 12th grader wrote a play set on a farm and won a contest, so now our school is going to perform Farmer's Dream. 8th graders are the highest grade at Sunville Middle School, so they have the biggest shot at lead roles. So that is how Emily Russell got the lead role as a farm girl. Cody was cast as a cow. Cheer up, it's not as bad as a walrus, I told him when he protested to this arrangement. I signed up to do backdrops. After 8 months here, I had 2 real friends. I guess that was okay, and there would be more opportunities in high school, I was sure of it. 34. Backdrops. I had to make backdrops for the play. I made the first backdrop, which was a painting of a big blue sky in a barn. I tried it in big, brilliant brushstrokes, and I was pretty pleased with it. My sky was bluer than blue, just like the suburban skies here. Then I had to paint a backdrop for the love scene, and guess where? A strawberry field. I had to paint 2 backdrops, one at day, one at night. This should have been easy because I had strawberry fields right outside my window, but when I sat down to paint, I realized that I was painting streets in Springside. Pickle Street is in my ears and in my eyes, I thought. I couldn't make myself draw strawberry fields forever or finite. The next day I was able to paint an okay strawberry field by day. Nighttime was easier because of all the shadows. I just had to draw wavering grass lines and rabbit shapes. I turned my backdrops in at school. Very good, Penny, said Mr. Peters, who was directing our play. I was glad that my backdrops were approved of, and they looked nothing like the backdrops of Anita Linsky from 7th grade, who was incredibly realistic. My backdrops were accepted, but I never finished my painting of Pickle Street, Springside, New Jersey, USA, Planet Earth, Milky Way Galaxy, the universe. 35. At the play. It is performance night at my school, and I'm sitting in the front row of the audience, not forced to be in the play by anyone like Leanne, Anna Hardy. Emily grows up on the farm, falls in love under a full moon in a strawberry field, and marries Mr. Baker, who lives on another farm, and then they have to start their own farm. It is the final scene of the play, and everyone is going Everything is going well in the play and inside the play and out. I'm glad to see Emily has grown up Anna Hardy and Cody in the field as a cow, not a walrus. It's nice to watch my friends be in the play and not be forced to be in the play by my friend and me. As I watch, I remember Leanne grabbing me my sunglasses as in the old play. I'm almost certain that I just missed Leanne for 5 seconds. I am jerked out of this crazy thought when I notice Cody the cow lose his balance near the edge of the stage. The crowd can't help but laugh when Cody topples off stage. On impulse, I run up to the stage. Cody's rolling over and laughing. I can't lift him, so I tell him to get up. The cow is still laughing. I help him up, and he stands upright like a person, not a cow. He looks at me and says, "Thank you, Penny Lane." The crowd bursts into cheers. The curtain closes and everybody bows. I'm still on stage, so I bow too. Everyone is applauding for me, and they know my name is Penny Lane. Maybe my luck isn't so bad after all. Applause, applause. 36. School's out. It is the last day of school, and I'm excited about summer break, just like everybody else on the planet that goes to school. In the fall, I will be starting actual high school. This fact still overwhelms me. Oh, and the best part of the upcoming summer vacation, our trip to Springside, Calandra. We will actually get to see Abby Rhodes, and I can tell Mrs. Rhodes in person about the new arcade in Green Rocks, even though she already knows. Hopefully I won't run into Leanne while I'm there, but if I do, it won't ruin my life. I'm getting good about not letting things ruin my life because they don't need to. Love is all I need, and this summer vacation I will not only have my 14th birthday, but baby Abby will have her first birthday, and I guess that's the best part, so see you then. 37. Traveling back home. We get in the car for the 8th day of our travel back to Springside, Calandra. We are nearing familiar towns already. We pass Lighthouseville and take the Ruby Heights exit. We cross the Mayflower County line. We drive the windy way through Gold, a town, and see a sign for Calandra, 3 miles. I'm practically dying of excitement. We pass the arcade and the movie theater and the new grocery store and the bookstore where Amy worked. We pass our house and drive through Springside. We're only going to stay in a hotel in Purple. We are going to stay in a hotel in Purple, another town, on the other side of Springside. I'm too excited. For me, this is just a family vacation, but for my parents, it is a trip to really sell their house, which I want to keep forever. Strawberry Fields forever, I swear. Leanne. Abby Rose, 38. Leanne. Abby Rose smiles at me. We have a lot to catch up on. Before I told her about Green Rocks, I told her that I liked the Beatles now. She recommended A Fine Frenzy, and I recommended Christian artist Britt Nicole. She's glad about my transformation. She tells me about what she has been doing in Calandra, and I tell her about what I've been doing in Green Rocks. She says that we should take a walk. I take my birth penny. We walk around Calandra, and I try to get Abby to turn away when I see Leanne. "So, Penny Lane, you're back," says Leanne sarcastically, as if she didn't know that I was just on vacation. "Yes, I am," I say, "and I have friends in Green Rocks, California, who are not like you. They're a million times nicer." "Oh," says Leanne, "really? My name is Penny Lane, and I do not refuse to admit it." "Oh, you should. You're named after a Beatles song, and you know it." "No, I'm not. I'm named after this," I say, holding my penny high, "and even if I am, I don't care. You are not my friend. How dare you humiliate me?" Leanne protests. "That's not fair. We're, forever friends, right? You should know. I like the Beatles," I yell. "And you should leave. Goodbye," I yell, setting myself up, but I don't care. Hello. I don't know why you say goodbye," I say. "Forget it," I say. "You can't get me to fall for that because love is all you need. Let's go," says Abby. I'm sure that Leanne feels guilty as she walks away. 39. The arcade. "I am very annoyed with my mother," says Abby, as we pass the arcade. "Your mother should know," I replied. "What did she do?" "She said," began Abby, "that nobody plays video games and everybody drinks coffee here in Calandra." "No, they don't. Not everybody. My mom says that that she's turning the arcade into a coffee shop." Abby must be wrong. "She never even drinks the stuff or consults her daughter about these things. Everyone says my mom loves me. She loves you, yeah, and all that stuff. I just can't understand why she is so crazy," said Abby. I ran down the street at light speed and burst into the arcade, heart pounding. "Mrs. Rhodes?" I yelled. "Mrs. Rhodes! Penny, what happened?" asked Mrs. Rhodes as she shoved a Super Pacman machine into the remote corner of the room. "Abby told me that you're turning turning this into a coffee shop, and there are 4 million coffee shops in Calandra, and one arcade. Abby is wrong, right? No, she's right, says Mrs. Rhodes. Yes, she's wrong. I wish that Lucy in the Sky would come and fix everything. Well, she could over the phone. I got out my cell phone and dialed Lucy's number. She answered, and when I told her the problem, she asked to speak to Mrs. Rhodes. It took 3 hours for the call to end, and when Mrs. Rhodes hung up, she said that there was a change in plans. Number 40. Headed back to real home. Amy, you can drive Dad's car while I envy you. Amy grabbed the steering wheel full of anticipation. She was 16, and she was driving us home from part of the way, which meant that Mom was in the back seat with me and the baby. Dad sat in the front seat to help Amy. Francesca and Sarah were in the car back arguing as usual. Well, Amy is really growing up, said Dad as she started the car. And Penny is too. 41. Hot summer days. The old rundown yellow house stood across our backyard field. It had been uninhabited for a long time, but one boring day I saw a moving van. A man got out of the passenger seat, and a woman got out of the driver's seat, and a girl got out of the back seat. I later learned that they'd bought the yellow house as a summer house. They lived in Oregon. I got to know 11-year-old Leah Carlson very well that summer. We feasted on fresh strawberries, which I longed to roll in, climbed trees, and read books about exciting city life. It was the hottest summer I'd ever known. I missed Emily, who was spending the summer with her dad in Colorado. Cody was playing with boys. I couldn't wait for high school, but first came my birthday. 42. Finally 14. They say it's my birthday! I had to sing it. They do indeed. I'm very pleased that the Beatles have their own birthday song, and it's my birthday, and I'm happy. Also, I can do whatever I want as long as it's not hot. As long as it's not robbing a bank, which means I can roll in strawberries. And Cody gets to actually come to my house, and this time I don't have to let him out of the bathroom window. And I can listen to the Beatles while I lie in the strawberries, thanks to iPods. And it is the best birthday I've ever had, because tomorrow is baby Abby's first birthday. So it will be 1 year since we moved here, and I'm happy here. I'm not afraid to admit my name, and love is all you need. Epilogue. My name is Penny Lane, and I live on a strawberry farm in Green Rocks, California. I'm 21 years old. I have been enjoying it here. It is so quiet. Abby Rhodes and Emily Russell are married, and they both ended up in Texas. I walk into my farmhouse because the phone rings. I pick it up, and Leanne is there. I don't want to hear Leanne, but I can stand it. She apologizes for what she did in her childhood, and I forgive her. She is still in Springside and doing well running a family, which makes me think. My high school friend Cody Pepper is giving me an engagement ring with a strawberry on it, and my mind is spinning. But the fact stands out. Penny Pepper is a cute name, and I'll take the offer. And then I get a strawberry ring. How cool is that? Not that I mind my name, but Spice Children are better than street children. Just think our children could be a whole new generation of Beatles fans. I am myself, Penny Lane, who is a devoted strawberry farmer and a wonderful Pacman player at the Green Rocks Retro Arcade, thanks to Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and Mrs. Rhodes, who taught me to play. I am Penny Lane, not the walrus. Author's note. Underneath the Blue Suburban Skies is a book very much... it's going to be hard to read because of my handwriting. To my own liking. I enjoyed writing it and reading it. This whole book came from a conversation on my way to the library, which somehow led to the Beatles' Hey Jude. I wanted to hear how long it was, so Dad got one at the library. I began to listen to it, and my first favorite stuck in my head song was All You Need Is Love. When I was 9 years old, I wanted to hear I'm a Walrus, and I think we got Magical Mystery Tour, and I think I remember Penny Lane. I thought that it would be hard to be named Jade, what? And then I thought about somebody named Penny Lane. Oh, Jude, I guess I said Jude. Okay, Jude. I wanted to write a book about this character, but since May, when I wrote The Adventures of Mac, based on something else I did when I was 9, I have started several manuscripts and not finished them. I had writer's block. One of those unfinished drafts was about a Pacman tournament. I decided to bring this idea into a story about Penny Lane, I began writing freely, changing tenses and throwing in as many Beatles references as possible, but the story was supposed to be mostly about the Pacman tournament. It changed significantly as I wrote it, being more about her move to Green Rocks and the friendships which came out of that. Her marriage to Cody was something that I debated about but decided on because Penny Pepper is a cute name and I wanted a happy ending for a poor strawberry farmer, as Lucy said when Penny was getting rich. The Beatles references. I cannot begin to explain every one, but I will try. So the cover was based on the White Album, and Penny's name, Lucy in the Sky, Jude the Dog, Abbey Road, and Lucy Pepper's husband in the military, Sergeant Pepper, were all come from Beatles titles. I need somebody, not just anybody, and so much younger than today, were quotes from Help, and throughout this book there were references to strawberry fields and walruses, and at the bottom of it, love. Let's all get up and dance to a song that was a hit before my mother was born, and thank you for reading this story. Thank you for listening to my shit show of a 7th grade thing. Bye.